wanted to make this video because I had some really good talks with my mom today about God and about Jesus, and she wasn't as closed off as she used to be to my ideas, because that's something that me and my mom have always clashed with, is that my mom growing up would want to control how I think and what I believe and how I operate. And sometimes, I hope you could hear me, but sometimes she still struggles with that control, but she wasn't struggling with it today, and it was actually very nice and very healing, because a lot of times I just want to be heard. You don't have to agree with me, I just want to feel like I have a voice, you know? And for so long, like growing up, I didn't feel like I had a voice. And so I was telling her about some of the things that I disagreed with as we were sitting in this sermon, because something I have trouble with a lot of the time is when preachers will preach that Jesus was God. Not that I have a problem with it, it just doesn't sit right. Like, it doesn't sit right. And it's not that I'm closing myself off to the idea. Just trying to think of Jesus in the way that they think of Jesus just doesn't sit right in my soul. But I was sitting there and I was praying to God and asking Him to keep my heart open, and for me not to close off my ears, and for Him to help me understand. Like, if I'm wrong, help me understand. And and then I was also thinking about an idea that I'm adopting, which is that everything that we see has a purpose. Everything that we hear has a purpose. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. So the things that we see will help us better understand things that we've already been contemplating, questioning. And for me, that's been, or it's not that I've been questioning it, like, just for some reason, like, I just know that the way they have been seeing Jesus is just not correct. And I don't, like, it's just, I just know. I am all for the guy and what he did and what he was trying to teach us. He was trying to set us free from our own cages, because we have free will. So, like, he kept giving the disciples a choice. If you follow me, you will have eternal life. If you follow me, you have a choice. And what was that other, the other verse? I'm too high right now to recall any scriptures, but I know I've read them to where there's lots of scriptures where we're called the sons and daughters of God. That the kingdom of heaven lives inside of us, and like, there's so much that is alluding to all of us being God. All ye are gods. That's in the Bible. That verse. It's literally, Jesus quotes this from older scriptures. All ye are gods. So why the fuck? Why the fuck do we think that we can only get to the Father or the Godhead through Jesus? No, that's exactly the opposite of what he was trying to, like, teach us. Like, that's just and there's this I've been reading Mark lately, And I found it so interesting that Jesus would send the disciples out to heal and cast out unclean spirits, and then when they come back, Jesus tells them to go and be alone, go off in solitude, and replenish, or something like that. And I found that so interesting because, I mean, for so many reasons. One being, you know, the importance of solitude. And my mom used to always think like, or she keeps telling me, we need people. And she tells me that when I say, like, I need solitude or I need to be alone. And the whole point is not to need people. That's what this whole journey is about. And I think because if we don't need people, we can love more freely. And it becomes authentic, and it's stronger, and it's something that lasts. Because you don't need people, you choose people. But anyways, going back to like the disciples, and just like, we replenish when we are in solitude, when it's just us and God. And by God, I mean God. All of that's God. Right here, sitting with myself, just pretty much just talking to myself, that's God. The fact that you're watching this right now, that's God. This is enough. It should be enough. And like, another thing that I found interesting is that every single disciple viewed or described Jesus differently, or slightly different. You know, like, I think in Mark it's Son of Man. In I think Luke it's Son of God. And it's only in John that it says that Jesus referred to himself as God. And John was written 60 years after Jesus died. And I need to double check this, because I don't think that the author was John. It's just somebody like repeating what John says, apparently. And then also with the whole, like, we can only get to God through Jesus, most of that are in books written by Paul. Paul never knew Jesus. And Paul was very Roman centered, and it was Romans who crucified Jesus. So it was so interesting that today the pastor was only backing up some of the scriptures in John with Ephesians, which was written by Paul. So I didn't really, like, it didn't really confirm what he was trying to say. But regardless, like, Jesus saying, I am, right? We all, like, I am. And what that's saying is I always was. And if Jesus was the Son of God, or if Jesus was God, it's because we all are God. And that's what I really feel Jesus has been trying to say the whole time. Literally, the amount of times I've read, I was like going through the Bible and through the Gospels, and so many times, like, they're accusing Jesus, and He's like, oh my gosh, like, I've already answered this. I've already answered this. Or rather, he'll just say, you say that I am the Son of God. At least in the passages that I was seeing, he wouldn't say, I am the Son of God. He would say, you guys are repeating that to me over and over. That's, you say it, I don't. And like, they just so badly wanted to persecute him. And the whole sermon was about how, like, people will hate you and choose to misunderstand you. Something in you triggers people, and it's just like, they won't understand until they understand. Like, it's just, we're all vibrating at different frequencies, and the understanding that comes with this frequency or this place that I am in life, it's just, it won't be understood until they themselves rise to this place and they get to see, they truly see how things are. When the illusion, that's when the illusion breaks. And so there's just really no point in even arguing or even trying to get people to understand and see things how we see. I'm still going to say and express, but I'm not going to like try to control what other people think and what other people believe. I'm just going to move with my understandings. And if people want to join that bandwagon, like, awesome. Because I really just, I want to be here. I think I am here to show you to just be fucking human. Just be you. Let yourself be. And if there's certain parts of your being that you want to change, you have to see it within yourself. You have to accept that you are the way you are, and think really hard about how you want to be. And I want to be a lot like Jesus. I think we should all want to be a lot like Jesus. Jesus is the ultimate example. Just like I have to set an example. And you could choose to follow my way if you want to. But it feels good to be here. And like, I'm so expressive and I never hold back. I never hold back. And I'm so much freer for it. And you can be too. Only you can set yourself free. I think I'm gonna call this video that. Recently, I had read something about a cross necklace yesterday, and then we went to go shopping, or it was this event. It was a dancing / market event, and I immediately saw this cross, and it was the only one that really stood out. Like, everything else looked very similar in vibe. This was a totally different vibe. Look at this shit. I don't know if that's a real stone, but it goes so well with my skin tone and with what I'm wearing. But yeah, and then, because even though I don't worship Jesus, I worship life. So even though I don't worship Jesus, I would still draw crosses when I would be tripping on mushrooms. Like, all my teas would be crosses, and there was just a lot of symbolism with it. And I still don't fully understand why. And I felt like getting this cross, like seeing it all the time, would make my mind keep thinking about it so that I could eventually get to those answers. But I also think it could just be like death and resurrection. I feel like it's deeper than that, but we'll see. And I think it's just good to remember who he was, what he stood for, what he taught. And it's a reminder that we're meant to be like him. And we should keep questioning things and not just let people tell us what to do and tell us what to believe. And we kind of need to just walk on our own. Even though the disciples were together and they were learning from Jesus, they ultimately decided to leave their families, leave their riches, leave their homes to learn. And not everybody could do it. There was for sure 13 of them that did it and learned and went off and started their own ministries and helped more people. We should be doing more. I don't know what else to say. I don't know if there is more to be said. But I'm enjoying learning right now. And I'm enjoying the conversations that I'm having. I'm enjoying making these videos. I'm enjoying being at home. I'm enjoying life. I'm worshiping life right now. I was telling my mom today how I feel like this next season of my life isn't about learning to love God or trust God, or because I already do that. I already feel God all the time. And I have such a good relationship there. So now it's just about like the relationship with myself, knowing that I am God. And falling in love with myself, because everything is a reflection of me. I have to trust myself. That's the only way that I could really do it. That's what God's telling me. That's what I'm telling me. Everything's gonna fall into place though, and there's nothing to fear. And I'm just really, really excited to move forward, because all I have is faith now. And it feels so good to be alive. I'm so grateful to be here with you. I feel like I make these videos for people like me, because that's the only way you're gonna resonate with it, right? If you understand me. And I've been thinking about how my content really forces the viewer to slow down. The universe is always playing with us. It's always playing with me. Sometimes I just like sitting here, and I'm not ashamed of that anymore, and I want to show that because I've been observing people, and they are so attached to their phones, and like we can be together, and they're on their phones. And then I want to be on my phone because, well, like, nobody's attention is really here. And I feel alone, so I just want to fill this empty space. And it's just, everybody is just like, I'll be watching people scroll, and they can't even stop and watch, like, past 10 seconds. And it's so crazy because, like, being a content... I hope you can hear me. Hold on. Okay. So being a content creator, I know how much love and energy gets poured into every single, like, video that gets made, for the most part. And people can't even stop to watch 10 seconds of it. And I can't even stop to watch it, like, sometimes. And in order for people to resonate with me, they would have to. Like, they would have to slow themselves down, be patient. And then also let me get to my conclusion, because my mom says that the way that I speak, the way that I tell stories, it's like I start from the very tip of the mountain, and then I'm trickling down and then I'm like snow, right? And then I end up going into the river, and then the river ends up softly lapping over the rocks, and the rocks are touching the grass, and that's how she describes the way that I explain things. And it's beautiful, right? If you're willing to stay for it. Because you won't understand if you're like at the very beginning and then you don't watch the whole thing. Sorry. I felt like I had like I have like energy that wants to escape me. I really need to practice again, because like when I'm on mushrooms, I could so easily like call in the air and maneuver the fire. But when I'm sober, it doesn't always align that way. I think it's tied to my emotions. Like, maybe if instead of like moving the energy out of me, what if I hold on to it and then disperse it just from like where I'm sitting? So let me do that. Hold on. I wasn't doing it exactly the way that I imagined. I just felt like I naturally synced with like the natural rhythm that was already happening. And like if I really let myself, I could fall into it. And it feels so good when I do. But then I kind of forget about you guys for a second. Or I'm aware that you're there, but like I don't care. I don't know why. Right now, I'm very aware which side of me is resistant. Which is this side of me. I don't know if you noticed, but like over here it's like I can, like I don't care. But over here is stiffer. And it's like I'll like be moving, and then once I get to this side, it's like I feel a wall. And then I'm still tensing. My legs are still tensing. But in those moments, I'm not trying to correct it. I just become aware of it. I just let it be. And then once I'm here, I can put what I learn, or do something about what I learn, what I become aware of. This feels so good. Oh my god. You know, like, some people don't do yoga because, like, they don't know enough about it, and, you know, they have to put on a video, and, I think if you just sit with yourself and listen to your body, like, actually become really aware of what your body is feeling, you'll know exactly what you'll need to do. Like, naturally. Like, you'll know what's gonna feel good to you. We already know. We already know so much. We're just so silly. And we forget. Okay. Anyways, I'm not gonna keep you here much longer. But it just feels so good to be alive right now. That's funny. What if we are all the avatars? And we all need to master the 4 elements and save the world. Okay. I love you so much. Thank you for staying. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Thank you for understanding. And even if you don't understand, thank you for trying to. Yeah. Be who you are. Fuck what anybody else thinks. Fuck how other people perceive it. Like, people's projections don't matter. And you need to start learning to love yourself the way that you are. So, I bid you well. Is that how you say that? I wish you well, either way. I never know how to end these. Anyways, I love you. I love you. Go love on your favorite people. Okay, bye.